Okay, this is the fourth video on iMagic ILM protocol through Dealer Synergy's eyes. We are here at Buckhannon Toyota in West Virginia, and this is video 4 of the Dealer Synergy's interpretation or protocol on how to use the iMagic tool. As with the other previous videos, we're going to recap. The first thing that you're going to do when you come in after you do your 3-minute book, the proprietary system for Dealer Synergy, is you are going to look at your calendar and organizer. After that, you're going to click Urgent. Urgent is your first response, your fresh leads. After you handle your urgents, you're going to go to your responses, which basically means these are all the leads that prospects have responded to your emails, most likely through the automated email action plan from iMagic. Okay? After you handle your fresh leads, also known as your urgents, and after you handle your responses, then you're going to go to your follow-up. This is where the majority of your professional life is going to be, is in your all active and your all leads. Okay? Now what we're going to do is we're going to use this example right here. I'm going to actually open it up. When you open up, like Brandon, go to over here for example, this lead right here, it's going to have a history. This is very important because my company, in the monthly support, we have an ILM CRM specialist, and what they're going to do is they're going to open up randomly all your leads, okay? And they're going to make sure that it said, because it timestamps every action that you do. If you email somebody, it stamps it. If they email you back, it stamps it. If you phone call somebody, it stamps it. If you take an incoming phone call and you log it, it stamps it. So what should be read here is email, phone call, email, phone call, email, phone call, email, phone call, email, phone call. So it's very important that you do all this stuff because we're going to be monitoring this stuff. Fair enough, ladies?
Fair enough.
I gave you fair warning, right? Okay, now, what you're going to do is you're going to open up the lead. When you first come in, you're going to look at the original lead. Sometimes the information doesn't parse, it's called. It doesn't merge with the ILM system. Again, there's a ton of different ILMs and CRMs out there. Sometimes the leads from the different lead source providers, your social media, digital marketing, your website might not open up. Now I'm going to get into the what ifs in a couple seconds, but let's just say everything does show up. What you're going to do, majority, because the computer's going to do all the rest, is click the phone call button here, and you're going to be able to leave your message. Here's what I want you to do that's important. You will be given headsets. It is not an option. It is mandatory that everybody uses headsets for a couple different reasons, but one of the most important reasons is to take proper notes. Because what happens is a lot of times people have I tilted the screen on purpose. They put the phone on this ear, they put the phone on that ear, and then they try to listen to what the prospect says, and after they get off the phone, they try to remember and recap the phone call. As you just reminded from the training that you were given, you only have 38% of communication on the phones. 50% of what you say either direction disappears after you're done talking. Only 25% of that 50% remains after 48 hours. Long story short, you need to, as it's happening, write it down. So what you want to do is whenever you make a phone call or whenever you take a phone call, folks, this is very important. It's on tape. It's being said. You go back to the tape. Whenever you make or take a phone call, you want to open up the phone call button here or the notepad or whatever you want to call it. Different tools have different things, but for iMagic, it's the call button, right? You want to paraphrase the notes. What type of notes do you want to take? Anything relevant. Wants, wishes, expectations. Remember the top 5 reasons why people are going online: price, availability, convenience. They hate car sales and research. Who's the vehicle for? Is it for the husband, wife, the kid? Is it for the neighbor? Who's the primary driver? Do they have any other vehicles? Are they trading in a vehicle? Are they offering information? Are they putting any money down? Do they want a cash deal? Is it a finance? Is it a lease? Okay? What other information? Are they a first-time buyer? Do they've got credit situations? These are all automotive sales professional one-on-one stuff. Jay said it's going to be your responsibility with Kevin to get your team to train them on qualification. They need to be trained on specific automotive qualification, automotive one-on-one habits, okay? The training that we have here is going to be specifically right now on the ILM aspect of things. Now, what other different tidbits of information can you extract? Details. I can't tell you folks how many times I've had people that have told me, certain things. For example, I've had prospects over the years, and I've had trainees over the years that have told me a ton of different things. Oh, it's my birthday, it's my anniversary, I'm sick, I just went to a funeral, my dog just died, it's anniversaries. People will, believe it or not, pour their life out to you. Or you might extract certain information about, their email address, their hobbies, their likes, interests, any type of information that you can extract. It's called field intelligence. You should put those notes in there. Now, don't get me wrong. Don't waste a lot of time writing a book or novella. Use bullet points, highlights. Does that make sense to everybody? What I want you to do is I want you to just know that information is important. I'm going to give you an example. Let's say I was talking to, let's say Kevin. Kevin's a prospect. He's looking at a Toyota Sienna. Okay, I'm talking to Kevin. I'm having a great conversation. I think I got an appointment. Kevin's excited. Look excited, Kevin. Hey. Okay, there you go. And but then Kevin says to me, "Oh, Sean, I got to go." And I'm like, "Why? Why do you got to go?" And Kevin's like, "Because I've got soccer practice. I'm a soccer coach." Right? Come on, I'm in the video here. Come on, guys. Okay, I'm
soccer practice. I got to go coach it.
Oh, wow. And then he tells me that his son, Michael, which I'm making up, his son, Michael, is playing center halfback in there. So now, what can I do? He's got to go. He's got to go. I got to get off the phone. And then, boom. If I didn't take proper notes, I'm screwed, right? But let's say I took the proper notes. And what would I put in here? Kevin's a soccer coach. His son Michael's a center halfback. He had to rush out to the game. I put all those notes into the iMagic lead management tool. Guess what? This is called a warm reintroduction. When I call Kevin back, the very first thing I'm going to say to Kevin is not, "Hey, Kevin, this is Sean Bradley from Buckhannon Toyota. I'm trying to sell you something." I'll be like, "Kevin, how's everything going? Tell me, how was the game? Did Michael score?" And then guess what? Look happy. He's happy. You know why? Because I care about him. I'm not just trying to sell him something, am I? I took the time. Nobody really thinks that people are going to write down the notes about their personal information when they talk about. We're not the FBI, the DEA. We're not the Secret Service. We're Buckhannon Toyota, for goodness sake, right? But if we're professional and diligent, we've got the field intelligence. Now we've got more content that we can re-engage the prospect with. Folks, how powerful is that? That is going to differentiate us from everybody else, because remember what I taught you, the average internet prospect is going to also reach out to 5 to 7 other dealerships, is going to reach out to 5 to 7 other websites. So that means that there's 5 to 7 other people sending emails and phone calls. And if we are the people that actually remember personal details, how about that? Doesn't it give us a little bit of competitive edge? Make us a little bit better? That's all I'm talking about. Now, I got all of that, and it's all on video. And I know that I was trying to be a little dramatic just so you remember the example, but think about that. I got all of that by what? By headsets. Because if we've got the headsets on, we have hands-free, we can write down. I promise you, it's difficult or near impossible, or coordinators won't do it if you were just trying to go like this or go like that, with the phone on your shoulder, and it just won't work. So who here is going to use a headset? Okay, good. So now, to go back to this, the other thing is that we have created for you besides the 30 email templates that you have a library, that's already pre-programmed in iMagic's ILM, we've actually created over 60 voicemail scripts. Are you aware of this? Okay, have you gone through all of them? Okay, what happens is that I'll go back to that in a second. Over here, you want to log in if you're making a phone call or if you're receiving a phone call. You want a daytime, evening phone, or cell phone, because all this is in the analytics and reporting, so it's important. You've got to do this. If you spoke to the customer, you didn't speak to the customer, or voicemail, okay, what you want to be able to do is this. You want to be able to leave as much information as possible for analytics and enhancement capabilities. But let's go back to the voicemail scripts. I don't want you just to put LV for left voicemail, or LVM, or LM, left message. We have scripts, voicemail scripts, over 60. You don't have to use all 60. What I actually want you guys to do is customize the best 30, half of them. And if you only like 15 out of the 60, then use 15 and create 15 of your own. But I want 30 voicemail scripts numbered 1 through 30, just like email templates 1 through 30. And then what you're supposed to do whenever you leave a voicemail, this is powerful. You ready? Wait for it. Okay. What I want you to do is make sure that you leave a different voicemail script. And how are you going to know? Because it's going to be in chronological order. Day 1, voicemail number 1. Day 2, voicemail number 2. And you're going to cut and paste. And you're going to have it's not going to say LM or LV. You're going to actually have the actual voicemail script you left. That way you know where you left off last time. How powerful is that? That is thorough. Would you all agree? Yes. Any questions about that? So again, remember to put down all the information here and use your voicemail scripts.